turning 40 this year and everything is just hitting me right now. It's like not where I wanted to be. I haven't succeeded at anything. Have I even tried? Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to cope with anything. And I'm like, I don't know how to, I did this whole growing thing wrong. Like I'm supposed to be an adult. I'm supposed to be able to handle these things, and I can't handle anything. And I literally am just realizing, like, it's been 40 years of this, and like, it's 40 years of just being confused and not knowing and like figuring things out slower and like not like I haven't built anything. I have nothing like to show for this time. I just don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm lost. I'm afraid, and I'm
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruchak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled birds scattered throughout the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening to you. I say Shalom. Lord willing, this will be a quick edifying lesson. As you can see the title, I put 40-year-old strong independent woman, and this was inspired off this video that I just played. And you had this woman crying in the car, you know, basically saying that she had nothing to show for all these years of being alone, man. All right. And that's the condition of a lot of you women. You're coming to the realization that you have nothing to show for all the independence that you have taken upon yourself through this system that Esau Edom has given you, man. All right, because starting off with the scriptures say that the Lord has made a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. All right. And like it says right here, Jeremiah 31:22, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And that has happened right here in America, Babylon the Great. In the ancient world, that was unheard of. But in America, this is the normal thing. A woman compassing a man through this system, all right? Through Esau Edom in Babylon the Great, they have catapulted the woman above the man and have given them a very cushiony lifestyle to where they feel as though they're better than a man, especially men of their own nation. They look down on the Israelite man, especially the Southern Kingdom man. All right, so you women have been put on a pedestal, have been catapulted to these positions of power. And now that you're losing those positions of power, you're starting to freak out. You're starting to realize that you have absolutely no accomplishments in life. You're starting to realize that you have no purpose. And that's because you have lost your purpose. You have perverted your own purpose that the Lord made for you as a woman. When the Lord made a woman, He created the woman to be a helpmeet for her husband. It says right here in Genesis 2:18, and the Lord God said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. You see? So when the Lord made the woman and joined the woman unto the man, all right, through marriage, through consummating the marriage, through sex, right? The woman is supposed to be a helpmeet for her husband. She's supposed to be helping her husband. She's supposed to be, basically being a pillar of rest, man. But you women have perverted your own purpose as a woman and what the Lord has created you for, that you have completely lost your whole purpose of this creation, man. Why the Lord even created you for, You women are not a pillar of rest. You're not a helpmeet to your husband. Most of you are single. You live alone. So you're lost. You don't know what your purpose is. You don't know what you're doing. You women are supposed to be well instructed by a man of the Lord. The scriptures tell you that a mind well instructed. Let me see if I could get that, because you women are the weaker vessel, man. And as the weaker vessel, you must be instructed, man. All right. You must be instructed. Let me see if I could get that. Because you women, being a helpmeet to a man, that man is gonna ultimately guide you and give you advice and build you up to the point where you become a better helpmeet for him. All right, a better servant, and that's gonna ultimately, help you as a woman, really cement your purpose of what you're actually here to do. You're here to serve the man. All right. Matter of fact, before I get that, let me get the order, because that's how the Lord, when he created a man and a woman, this is the order that the Lord intended us to be under. This is 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is God. So there's an order to things. All right. The head of every man is Yahushai, and the head of every woman is the man. And the head of Yahushai is Yahweh. So there's order to everything, man. You women are supposed to be under the man. And being under the man is supposed to instruct you and guide you, and ultimately, give you that mind well instructed, which most of you women have a naive, very fickle mindset in this world. So you have absolutely no direction, no guidance, or any sense of direction of what you're actually doing in your life. So now you're 40 years old crying in your car, man. And look at what she said toward the end. I just want to replay this part, man.
I'm afraid and I don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm lost. I'm afraid and I don't.
She said, I'm lost and I'm afraid. Yes, because you have no direction. You are not being instructed by a man. You're not being guided by a man. You're alone. You're a strong and independent woman, and you have nothing to show for it, man. That's terrible, man. Esau Edom has you women in a very terrible position, because a lot of you women are so prideful. Even though you're crying in your cars, you're still not going to admit the fact that you need a man. If the Lord created a help me for a man, how much more you women that are the weaker vessel, how much more do you need a man? You need a man. You women are through, bro. This is 1 Corinthians 11:9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. You see that? So the woman was created for the man. The woman was created to help the man. But since Esau Edom has told you women that you don't need a man, now you're in your cars crying. Now you're in your cars, having to deal with the reality of your consequences, man. All right? You women are through, bro. Matter of fact, now let's get Isaiah 32, man, because you women that have been living at ease, the Lord got something for you, man. This is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. And see, a lot of you women that have lived in America and have been catapulted to a position of power through your government jobs, through your social media accounts, through your social influence, whatever. All right. All this that you have achieved in America has given you a sense of pride and has given you a cushiony lifestyle where you've been living at ease, and you've been living carelessly, man, not thinking about the Lord. You've been a promiscuous woman all your life. You have just you've been living a very, very terrible, ungodly life. All right. And now that now that the mirth in this place is disappearing, you women are starting to feel it, man, because with the downfall of Esau Edom, a lot of you women that have cleaved unto this system, that have cleaved unto Esau Edom through this system, you're going down with them, and you're starting to feel it. You're starting to feel the consequences of your actions. All right, so the Lord is telling you, rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And that word for vintage, it goes into what? A harvest of grapes, a yield of wine from the vineyard. All right. So basically, it is the goods, man. All right. The goodies, the benefits that you have reaped from being in this cushiony lifestyle, living at ease. The vintage is going to fail, man. And the gathering is not going to come. You're ultimately going to experience the consequences of cleaving unto this system and believing Esau, Edom, the devil, for following his definition of being a woman. You have fallen for the devil's definition of what a woman's purpose is supposed to be. So now when the vintage fails and the gathering doesn't come and all the goodies that you have experienced in this society collapse, you're going to be in the same position that this woman is in, man. All right. A lot of you women are going to be in horrible positions, man. And this is a 40-year-old woman, man. A lot of you women, you've been living carelessly. You've been living at ease. But now that the system is falling apart, now that the economy is failing, now that everything is getting expensive, now that the government is doing cuts on jobs and firing all these black women, all right, now you're afraid. Now it's hitting you that you're not really a strong and independent woman. Now it's hitting you that you cannot deal or cope with anything, man. Look what she says in this part.
I don't even know anymore. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to cope with anything. And I'm like, I don't know how to, I did this whole growing thing wrong. Like I'm supposed to be an adult. I'm supposed to be able to handle these things, and I can't handle anything.
She said, I'm supposed to be an adult. I'm supposed to handle these things, but I don't know how to handle anything. And that's because you women are supposed to be instructed by a man. But since you have fallen for Esau Edom's version of a woman, you have believed his idea of being a strong, independent woman. You have fallen for the idea of feminism and being independent and being strong and so on and so forth. You have no instruction. You have no direction or guidance from a man. You see? So you're out here living this life, taking on taking on life by yourself, man, with no guidance. That's terrible. You woman, like it says right here, Sirach 26:14, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there's nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. So you women are supposed to have a mind well instructed, and that comes from dealing with a man of the Lord. That comes with ultimately your husband guiding you, instructing you, building you up, man. All right, because as a helpmeet, you're going to learn a lot from being under your man and following his guidance, following his direction and what he wants to do. All right, that's actually a very beautiful thing before the eyes of the Lord when a man and a woman agree. All right, that's like it says right here. Let me see if I can find it real quick, because it goes into it, man, how one of the beautiful things before the eyes of the Lord are when a man and a woman agree together, man. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that. If I can't find the Salakia, but I know it's in the book Sirach, Let me see. When a man and woman agree. Let me see if I can find that Salakia, if I can't find it. Let me see if I could look it up. Let me see. Oh, the water Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is in Sirach, the 25th chapter. It says, Sirach 25:1, it says, in three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful before God and men: the unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together. And that's a very beautiful thing before Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. The union between a man and a woman that actually is instructed by her man and is guided by her man and listens to her man. That's a very beautiful thing before the eyes of the Lord. But Esau Edom has created this dynamic where the man and the woman are constantly bumping heads, man. Esau Edom has given the woman independence, has given them liberty to live at ease, and has catapulted the woman to a position of power where now she looks down on the man. So now the relationship between a man and the woman, they can't really agree together, man. They can't really come together as a union, a beautiful union, as the Lord intended it to be, for us to be one flesh. In this life, women feel as though they're better than a man, but now that mentality and that attitude is being destroyed, man, by the collapse of this society, because now you're dealing with the consequences of this economy falling apart. Now you're dealing with the consequences of you losing your job. All right. I have this article right here. It says 300,000 black women have left the labor force in 3 months. It's not a coincidence. It says for decades, the public sector has been a lifeline for black women shut out of economic opportunity. It's no surprise that Trump's federal downsizing targeted them first, explains gender economist Katika Roy. It says, in just 3 months, nearly 300,000 black women left the labor force. Their labor force participation rate has now dropped below that of Latinos for the first time in over a year. And more than 518,000 black women still haven't returned to the labor force since the pandemic began. Which that puts it into perspective, man. There's a lot of women out there that are probably homeless, don't got a house, are probably living in their cars, can't afford their car note. They got debt on top of debt, and they're still prideful, man. And that's why there's women like this crying in their cars, 40 years old, strong and independent woman, and got nothing to show for it, man. And that's because you have believed in the devil. You have believed in Esau Edom and his idea of feminism. You have believed in his idea of being a strong and independent woman. You have believed the devil and his version of a woman. So now you're dealing with that. Now you're dealing with being a strong and independent woman, and you're lost and you're afraid, man. Like she said in the video, it says, this isn't a coincidence. It's the result of a federal policy choices, most immediately sweeping job cuts across public sector agencies where black women have held the strongest foothold in middle class employment. And see, a lot of you women that have been in these government jobs, enjoying the ease and the comfort of living working that government job, you have enjoyed a middle class life through your employer, through Esau Edom, through these government jobs. But now that Esau Edom is cutting those jobs, cutting funding, cutting the food stamps, and cutting government jobs, now you're feeling those consequences. Now you don't feel so hot, huh? Now you don't feel too strong and independent, huh? Because now you're starting to see that you need help. You're the weaker vessel. She's talking about she's an adult. She's supposed to be able to know how to deal with these things, but she don't know what she's doing, man. She said in the end of the video, I'm lost and I'm afraid.
Doing here, and I'm lost, I'm afraid, and
she's lost and she's afraid. And that's because what? This place is falling apart, bro. The goodies that women have enjoyed from America and the position that Esau Edom has given them is fucking falling apart in front of their face, bro. Man, this is actually very, very beautiful, man, because we don't feel bad for you. A lot of you women have talked down on the men of the Lord. A lot of you black women have talked down on the Southern Kingdom brothers. You have talked down on men of your own nation. So now you got to deal with whatever you got to deal with. All right. This is Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So a lot of these women, especially women of our own nation, they're an enemy unto us, man. They're in the same mentality as Job's wife. They're in the mentality of curse God and die. They're in the mentality of where's the Lord thy God? But in these last days, they're going to see Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai take us from glory to glory. They're going to see the Lord protect us and deliver us and feed us. They're going to see the power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai working with us, man. They're going to see it, and shame is going to cover them. And see, the beautiful thing about it, man, is that we're not going to deal with those women. They're going to be trodden down as the mire of the streets. A lot of you women are not going to be Isaiah 4:1 women. A lot of you women are the ones that the Lord is speaking to and telling, rise up, you women that are at ease. A lot of you women are going to be destroyed in these last days through Jacob's trouble, and a lot of you through the missiles, man. A lot of what you women think is going to happen in these last days, you have the wrong idea, man. You're in for a rude awakening, man. You still think there's a little bit of hope for America, that you could probably maybe make it out of this rut that you're in and this hole that you're digging yourself into with all this debt that you have. But hey, man, America's falling apart and your position is going down with it. You women are through, man. You're done. This is the condition of a 40-year-old strong, independent woman, crying in the car, having a meltdown, got nothing to show for it, man. Look at her, man. She don't even look 40, but, you know, I know she feels 40 in that body. And look, man, when you're 40, you know, that's when most people start having midlife crisis. So she just turned 40. She's probably realizing like, damn, I don't got kids. I'm about to start going through menopause. I just lost my job. I can't afford my rent. I can't afford my car note. I'm going to have to downgrade this Tesla to a Honda Civic. That shit does something to the ego of a woman. See, women being in that strong and independent attitude, they have a certain a life to keep up, man. They have certain things that they gotta, you know, show to the world to make them feel good about themselves, man. They gotta upkeep their lifestyle. But see, with this society collapsing, all of that is going down with it, man. These women, they're downgrading. They're literally seeing that they have to downgrade their life. They probably gotta go from a house to an apartment now. Some of them are going from apartments to living in their car. Some of them are losing their cars. Some of them are working 2-3 jobs. Some of them haven't gotten their nails done in weeks, months. You gotta really think what that does to a woman. To a woman, that they start to freak out, man. And then especially because she's 40 years old, she's about to start experiencing menopause. She's about to start experiencing all types of weird shit, man. You women age like milk, okay? That's when you start to realize like, oh shit, what the fuck have I been doing with my life? Well, you're 40 years old and you got nothing to show for it, man. Through. That's what happens when you women are over the man. Okay? That's what happens. The devil has beguiled you women, man. You're through. This is crazy, man. All right? And nobody's going to feel bad for you, especially us men of the Lord, because, hey, you were talking shit. A lot of you women were talking shit, man. All them B. Simones and all these Keishas and this prideful attitude of, you know, feeling better than the man. Well, now you got to deal with it, man. Deal with the judgment. Deal with being a strong and independent woman, man. I keep playing this video, but it's because it's like, damn, bro, like, we're really here, bro. Listen to her. Listen to her distress.
Of this, and like, it's 40 years of just being confused and not knowing and like figuring things out slower and like
40 years of being confused and learning things slowly. Wow. That's terrible, bro. You see, if she had a man right now, she wouldn't be in this position. She wouldn't be crying in the car, and she would most likely be taking care of her kids, taking them to practice, you know, kissing their boo-boos goodbye, cleaning the crib, taking care of her husband. But you traded that to be a strong and independent woman with a Tesla. And now you can't afford the Tesla. Now you're going through menopause. You have no kids. You lost your purpose as a woman. You don't even know what a woman is. And then you listen to the devil what a woman is. And to the devil, a woman is a man that became a woman. So you're just lost and confused. You don't know what the fuck is going on. You're through. You're done.
I haven't built anything. I haven't nothing like to
She hasn't built anything. She has nothing to show for it. Damn, bro. You women have traded the beautiful purpose that the Lord made you for of being a help me for your husband to be a strong and independent woman, to take this world on by yourself. You believed Esau when he told you the world is your oyster, and you fucking believed it, and you ran with it, and look how far it took you. It didn't take you very far, bitch. Now you're through, crying in a car.
show for this time. I just don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm lost. I'm afraid, and I
don't know what I'm doing here, and I'm lost, and I'm afraid. Look, think about how many black women are in that position right now, man. It says in this article that more than 518,000 black women are still haven't returned to the labor force since the pandemic began. You got to imagine how many of them are homeless, how many of them are trying to still find a job, how many of them are on unemployment, how many of them their unemployment is actually getting cut because the government is doing cuts and funding cuts and budget cuts and cutting jobs and downsizing this and downsizing that. So you women are feeling it, man. They're feeling it because this middle class life that they've enjoyed in this easy life that they've, lived right here in America through their cushiony jobs is being taken away from them. And they're going from this middle class life with no kids and a Tesla to now they got to downsize to an apartment. Now they got to get a little Honda. Now they got to live a frugal life. Now they got to, it's like that shit is fucking with them, man. They're losing followers on Instagram. That shit fucks up a woman, bro. A woman will post a photo, and if she only gets 10 likes in 1 hour, the bitch will delete it and post it tomorrow, just so she could get more likes on a Friday. Bitches are stupid, man. You bitches are worried about your followers. You're worried about what car you're driving. You don't even realize you're in a sinking boat. You don't even realize that you're in a house of cards that's burning as we speak. America is collapsing and you're collapsing with it. And you're starting to feel it. You women are starting to feel the downfall of Babylon the Great. That's why you got more of these videos coming out more frequently, man. The amount of videos of women crying in their cars, man, is insane. There has to be like an uptick of that, man. These past couple of 5 years, man, you have Edomites crying in their cars. You've had Jakes and women crying in their car. All types of people just crying in their car, man, losing it and having a meltdown. Because they're starting to feel the squeeze, man. They're starting to feel the collapse of this society, man. But some of you are going to realize it too late. And you're going to be trodden down as mire in the streets because the Lord knows your heart. The Lord knows what prideful things you spoke against him and his son and against the men of the Lord. The Lord knows which of you have scoffed, which of you have mocked. The Lord knows who is really with him. All right. A lot of you women are not going to be Isaiah 4:1 woman. A lot of you women are going to be destroyed, man. Because when that time comes and Jacob's trouble is here, all right, because hey, man, Jacob's trouble is getting ramped up, man. It's only a matter of time before it comes, all right, and it goes full trouble, all right, because Jacob is already going through trouble. Look at what ICE is doing to the northern and southern kingdom, man, all right, kidnapping them and, throwing them off planes, man, taking Jake to Alligator Alcatraz. What the fuck you women what the fuck do you women think is going to happen in these last days, man? When a society collapses, women are the main victim. And you always see it in movies, man. Women become the victim. So if you women think that you're going to just take on this world by yourself and the world is your oyster, you are fucking through. You're lost. Especially during Jacob's trouble, man. That's why Isaiah 4:1 is going to happen, because there's going to be so much trouble out here. These women are going to flock to the men of the Lord. It says Isaiah 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So when that day comes, 7 women, which 7 means completion. So the Lord could give a man of the Lord from anywhere to from 7 women to 10 women to 15 women to however many women the Lord decides to give that man. And when those women are given to that man, because it says that 7 women are going to take hold of one man. It doesn't say that one man is going to take hold of 7 women. That means that women are going to be actively looking for a man of the Lord. They're going to be so afraid, so messed up, so, in fucked up positions that they're going to go and look for a man of the Lord. You see? And when they finally find a man of the Lord, they're going to say, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. So they're not going to say, you're going to have to take me on a date. You're going to have to do this and do that if you want to get with me. No. Women are going to humble down in these last days, man. They're going to literally say, we're going to eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. We're going to bring stuff to the table. Only let us be called by your name to take away our reproach. For a woman to be called by your name, you have to have sex with her, man. That's how a woman takes on your name. That's how you consummate a marriage and a woman becomes yours and she becomes one flesh with you. You have to have sex with her. You have to know her intimately, man. So for her to take on your name and for you to take away her reproach, man. All right. You women are going to be through in these last days, man. You strong, independent women. All right. Because it's actually a reproach unto you to be single. That's something that, in the ancient world, if a woman was single, you would get made fun of. All right. You were like an old maid. No, you had no husband, no children, and you're old. You're 40 years old. This woman right here, she would have been a laughing stock in the ancient world, man. 40 years old with nothing to show for it. No husband, no children. You would have been a laughing stock in the ancient world, man. But see, this gets applauded in America. Being a strong and independent woman, that gets applauded right here in this society. And yeah, you're getting applauded right to your death, bitch. Because the Lord is only going to deal with the women that have submitted unto his will, and they're going to be given to the men of the Lord, man. All right? They're going to be given to the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. And when the Isaiah 4:1 time comes, a lot of you women are not going to be accepted by the men of the Lord, because the Lord is going to be with us, man. And this wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our times. And we're going to be able to discern between who serves the Lord and who doesn't. This is Malachi 3:18. Then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth God and him that serveth him not. So when this time comes, we're going to be able to discern between who is serving Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and who isn't. And a lot of you women are going to actually be discerned by the men of the Lord that you are terrible, you're prideful, and that the Lord isn't with you, and that the Lord ain't dealing with you, and you're going to get tossed to the side, and you're going to deal with the cock carousel, man. You're going to be destroyed. You're going to be trodden down as mire in the streets. All right? You're going to be annihilated. Well, not annihilated, that's a very heavy word right there, but you're going to be destroyed with America, Babylon the Great. You're going to go down with this sinking ship. You're going to burn with the house of cards, man. All right? All because you were living at ease, living carelessly, and you thought you had it. But now the goodies, the vintage is failing. The gathering is not coming. The government jobs are being cut. You're going through menopause. You got to downgrade your car. You got to go from a house, that middle class house that you were enjoying, to an apartment. Now it's like so many things. These women are having to downgrade their very fruitful life to a frugal life, and now they don't like it, man. They don't like it. They hate it. They're struggling. They're lost and afraid. Hey, so with that, I'm gonna just end it off right there, man. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Ruach double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of the great millstone who taught us his truth. Shalom and Abba Babal.